Morning to one and all. My name is Niranjan Sandeep Kakade. I am final year mechanical engineering student, a MESA member. Uh, so, Introducing myself, I am from mechanical branch and final year mechanical engineering student. My experience in is mostly in mechanical also, and as well as in other branches too, like Arduino, then sorry, Arduino, then Raspberry Pi, then machine learning, deep learning, and currently I am enrolled in my major interest, that is the robotics, and also I have some of the experience in Android development. So this was about me. So let's begin. I'm sharing my screen and the presentation. Okay, Bhargav, is the screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Okay. So let's start. We are conducting the workshop on Arduino basics today. So the workshop is taken by me, Niranjan Kakade, and my friend Prathamesh Sir Deshmukh. So this is the introduction on Arduino. So basically, this is the official definition given by the Arduino.com. So I will be reading it just, and the next part of the slide will be consisting of the in detail demo. I will be giving the in detail information about all these points in the next slide. So let's start. Introduction. Arduino Uno is a microcontroller based board based on the Atmega 328P. It's a microcontroller. The name of the microcontroller. It has 14 digital input or output pins, of which 6 are used as PWM outputs. There are 6 analog pins, a 16 megahertz ceramic resonator, a USB connection, a power jack, an ICSP header, and a reset button. It contains everything needed to support the microcontroller. Simply connect it to a computer with a USB cable or power it with a AC to DC adapter or battery to get started. You can easily play with this Uno board without worrying too much about doing something wrong. Worst case scenario is you can easily replace the chip for a few dollars and start over again. There are many types of official Arduino boards, and the most commonly used in India are the Arduino Uno, Arduino Nano, and Arduino Mega. So this was the official definition from Arduino website. So this is the image of the Arduino along with some of the key points highlighted over here. So I will be explaining the technical specification with the help of this Arduino image. So the technical specification consists of 4 main points: the Atmel 328P, then the onboard GPIO pins, then Atmega 16U USB driver, and a voltage regulator. Okay, so what is Atmega 328P? It is the brain of the board, or you can say it is the controller of the board. So it's operating. All the work is done uh, by this controller. So henceforth, I will be saying it as the controller for this workshop. So controller means Atmega 328P. So the controller or the brain of the board does all the tasks that we write in the Arduino ID and then upload it to the board. So all the work is done by this controller. Then it operates on 5-volt operating voltage. Uh, this 5-volt operating voltage is just for that chip. So what is that chip? Let me. Okay. Uh, Bhargav, is my cursor visible?
Yes,
Yes,
visible.
visible.
Okay. So this is the Atmega 328P microcontroller IC. So what So what it does is that it operates on 5 volt, means the operating voltage for the IC itself is 5 volt. So whatever we give from this USB jack is consumed uh, by this board for its 5 volt, uh, for its 5 volt satisfaction. Then it has 28 pins. So the means I will be talking about these pins in detail in this pin section. So the next point is that it has 20 milliampere of DC current per input output digital pins. So it's, there are digital pins on this board. So each each pin has an input and output current of 20 milliamperes, and it's basically DC. You cannot work on the alternating current, the AC current, with the with the help of Arduino, or you will damage the board. Then there is a 3.3 volt pin that is right over here. You can see it. So this pin consists of 50 milliampere of the current. Then the main part comes in the chip, that is its flash memory. So what is a flash memory? Okay, flash memory definition is given over here. Memory where the Arduino sketch is stored. So whatever you write the code in the Arduino IDE, which will be explained by my friend in the coming slides, so that code is uploaded in this flash memory, and the size of this flash memory is only 32 kbs of flash memory. So all the code is stored over here. Out of this, zero point 0.5 kb is used by the bootloader. So what is a bootloader and what is ICSP? These are a bit means deeper topics. So we will be taking these topics in the next workshop. So currently, just keep in mind that it uses 32 kbs of flash memory, and zero point 0.5 kbs of that is used by the bootloader. Bootloader is used for uploading the code to the IC. Okay, so next point is that static RAM. So every controller or every microprocessor has to work with the RAM. So what does static RAM do? Memory where the sketch creates and manipulates the variables when it runs. So okay, what are the variables? So whenever you write a Arduino program, so what does that program do is it creates variables. So suppose you write that suppose you means in a code you write that the value of the means value of pi is equal to 3.14. So what that pi equal to 3.14 means is that that pi is a variable, and that variable is stored in the static RAM. So, and how that variable is stored in the static RAM is that it has a unique address. So that address is means random, like 00, then X, then FF, so something, means anything random. So that depends on the means the manufacturer who has done the program of that part. So that static RAM stores these variables. So you can store variables in these RAM. With RAM itself means that random access memory. So it is not permanent storage. Once you once you means once you detach the Arduino from the 5 volt supply, that memory will get erased. So that RAM doesn't store your means variables permanently. So there is a 2 kb of static RAM is present uh, in the controller itself. So that stores the variables. Then then comes the 1 kb of EEP ROM. So what is EEP ROM? Means it's basically called as EEPROM. So sometimes called as E square ROM. So what that means is that the full form of the EEPROM is that electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. So, uh, what that means is that memory space that programmers can use to store long-term information. So, what is long-term information? Suppose you want to store some variable for means long-term, means means at 0 seconds you have stored the variable in the means EEPROM, so that remains for a long time. So for a long time, but in static RAM that's not the case. When you when you run means it gets stored for a shorter period of time unless you change it. So there is a 1 KB of EEPROM, or 1 KB of EEPROM present on the this controller itself. Then next comes the clock speed. So what is a clock speed? Uh, sorry, the controller has a 16 megahertz of clock speed. So this is pretty interesting, and you may find it is very interesting. So what is a clock speed? Just a second. Okay. So the clock speed determines how quickly the microcontroller can retrieve and interpret the instructions. So what are the instructions? Each line that you write in the Arduino code is your instruction given by you to the controller. So with what speed the controller can interpret and retrieve the instructions is what the clock speed. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, fine, great. Okay, so what does 16 megahertz means? 16 megahertz means that the Arduino means Uno uh, is capable of uh, means retrieving and interpreting 16 million instructions per second. But so means can you imagine 16 million instructions per second? So but actually means what it is that when you write in the Arduino program, so if you write 16 million lines in that program, so what do you think are that 16 million means are that 16 million lines the instructions that your Arduino will do in 1 second? So basically it's not that. So what it is that suppose you write a simple instruction in Arduino. So let's say digital write. So what is digital write? It is a function which writes your means which makes your pin that you give to it high or low. What is the meaning of high or low? Just make it on or off, on or off. Just so this is what is meant by digital write. So in that digital write function, what it does is that your microcontroller cannot understand digital write. It only understands the language of 1 and 0, 1 and 0. So what is one? So how does the microcontroller know about your? What does microcontroller know about digital write? What does your microcontroller know? Means how does your microcontroller know that digital write is making that pin high or low? So so that digital write has a different code written behind. So that code is what your microcontroller understands. So that is what the binary code. Binary code is all about 0 and 1, 0 and 1. So that is understand by your controller. So that digital write function has some another code written at the back, which is understood by the microcontroller, and then it understood. So that code also is called as instructions. Means you can see here I have written that microcontroller can retrieve and interpret instructions. So not only digital write is an instruction, but the code written behind digital write, which is understood by our microcontroller, is also is are also the instructions. So so one digital write function takes about 50 clock cycles. So out of 16 million, 50 clock cycles is taken by means is used by your digital write function. And digital write is a basic function in means Arduino. So if you divide 16 so if you divide 16 million by 50 cycles, so you can approximately run about 3 lakh digital write in 1 second. So one digital write function can so in your Arduino code you can write a digital write function in, means it can be just on off means high low high low high low. You can write it about 3 lakh times. So that will be done in 1 second. So this is what is meant by 16 megahertz. So how do you know that where is that 16 megahertz? Who controls that 16 megahertz? So you can see here that there is a crystal oscillator. This is what a crystal oscillator, which controls this clock speed. Sorry. So this 16 megahertz crystal oscillator controls your clock cycles with the integration of means in integration with this means controller. So when whenever you are means about to deploy your model, means deploy your means code on Arduino, so you can simply remove this chip. This is Atmega 328 chip, and you can simply prepare your own PCB, and you can run it over there. But for that purpose, you have to have this sorry this crystal oscillator with it, because without this this chip cannot run the instructions. And for that purpose, okay, I will come to that point later. So this was about the Atmega 328P. Next comes is your the pins. So out of these 28 pins, your Arduino means your microcontroller has 14 digital input output pins. So what does input output pins means? Sorry, you can send digital input as well as digital means you can take a digital input or you can give digital output from these pins. So sorry, okay. And what this digital means? Digital is that only one or zero, true or false, or high or low. So this is what digital means. And behind your digital input or output, it is just 5 volt or 3.3 volt or 1.8 volt. So that is what your means digital input or outputs. Suppose you have given your digital input as 1, digital output as 1. So you are giving a voltage of 5 volt or 3.3 volt or 1.8 volt. And suppose you are giving your digital output as low, that means you are giving directly 0. There is nothing between, suppose you are giving 5 volts, so there is nothing like, means you are giving digital output as high, so that becomes means 2.5. There is nothing like that, either 5 volt or 0 volt. 5 volt is high and 0 volt is low. So this is what is known as digital digital input output pins. And out of those digital okay, so where are these digital input output pins? Starting from here, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So it's starting from 0 and ending on 13. So these are your 14 digital input and output pins. Bhargav,
yes,
am I audible?
yes.
Okay, everything, yes, everything fine.
Sorry.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, no issue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are your 14 digital input and output pins. So you can either connect misconnect a sensor which gives you digital input, like suppose okay, suppose you have a simple relay. So what that relay is going to do, means what is a relay? It has NO, NC and common. Common is at the center, and NO and NC are on the either side. So what is NO? Normally open. And what is NC? Normally closed. So basically there is a connection between a normally open, common and normally closed. So So whenever you give means trigger that relay, it shifts from normally closed to normally open. Means there is a simple winding, so which creates a magnetic field, uh, and relay uh, that relay pointer just shifts from normally closed to normally open. So your circuit is now open between normally open and normally closed. So that gives you a zero. Means suppose you connect the relay at this pin number suppose 8, and the other point you connect to suppose this ground. So suppose you make this digital input as means pin number 8 as high. So what it will do, if you receive the current at the ground, so means suppose the circuit is completed between normally closed and common, it will send a signal, uh, and your means microcontroller will detect that. So what is that? That is your digital input. That is, you are getting a 5 volt input from the relay. Actually that input is from the Arduino itself, but just to check that the circuit is completed, you can means proceed in this way. So this is what is known as digital input. And what is digital output? So just connect the LED at pin number 8 and connect the other point, that is the negative terminal, at the ground. So uh, so pin number 8 and grounds. So now send a signal of 5 volt, that is make that pin number 8 as 1. So a signal of 5 volt will be sent through the LED, and the circuit gets completed through ground. So your LED will light up. Just a second. Okay. So so this is what is known as digital input and output. And out of this is known as out of the 14 digital pins, there are 6 pulse width modulation pins. These are known as PWM pins. So what are these PWM pins known for? These PWM pins are known for uh, these PWM pins are mostly used means to control the intensity of your LED, or the speed of your DC motor. So how this PWM signal works, I will just explain you in just half a minute. Suppose at 0 seconds you have given it a voltage of 5 volt, right? Sorry. Yes, at 0 seconds the voltage is 5 volts. It suddenly drops to 0. Then for some suppose this is equal to means 1 second. So for next 1 second the signal remains 0. That is, the motor will not rotate. So after 1 second you suddenly make it as 5 volt. So now the motor will start running, but this is again suppose 1 second. So for next 1 second it will rotate in the desired direction. Then again you make this as 0. So again for next 1 second it will not rotate. Then again you make it 5 volt, it will rotate for next second. So this is what the pulse width modulation signal work. This is how. So uh, then comes the 6 analog inputs. So what are analog inputs? Analog inputs are basically, suppose you have a temperature sensor, humidity sensor. So analog is nothing but a value that I have a temperature of suppose uh, 40 degrees Celsius. So that 40 value is called as analog value. You cannot use that value in the digital, means you cannot use temperature sensor in that digital pin, because digital pins are not capable of means processing the value 40. It can only process two values, that is 0 or 1, 0 or 1. That's it. So for that purpose we have the analog pins. There are 6 analog pins. So these analog pins are here, starting from A0 to A5, analog 0 to analog 5. So these pins are used for the humidity sensor, the temperature sensor. So you get a value other than 0 or 1. That was for the analog pins. Then comes the most important point, then which are the RX and TX pins. Sorry. The RX and TX pins are over here, which can also be used as digital pins, 0 and 1. So 0 is RX and one is TX. So what is RX? It is receiver pin, and what is TX? It is transmitter pin. So what RX and TX does is, whenever it receives a signal from this port, means when we upload a code, then then actually it is receiving a signal. So this RX LED, there is a LED for RX also. This RX LED starts blinking. So it means that the microcontroller is receiving some data from your USB port of the computer. Then comes uh, the transmitter pin and its LED. So it is right over here, just besides of the TX. So what does TX does? Whenever it is transmitting a signal, when it is transmitting a signal to your computer, means now my friend will explain you what is a serial monitor. On the serial monitor you can actually see the means you means you can see the values that your microcontroller sends to your laptop through your USB port. So that, so whenever it is sending such signals to your laptop or your machine, then that is the transmitter pin. So this transmitter LED blinks at that time. Okay, fine. Then you can see one more LED over here. So that is the inbuilt LED which is connected to the pin number 14, but means the last pin of the digital pin, which is named as 1330. So whenever, so we have that demo in the next slides. So you will be more clear about that, means in the coming slides. Okay, so coming to the next, so the next pin is the LED built-in pin, which I have told you currently. So the next major part comes is the Atmega 16U USB driver. So what does this Atmega 16U USB driver do, and where it is located? So you can see over here, just behind or the below, or just below the USB port, you can see over here one microchip, which is Atmega 16U microcontroller IC, or a USB controller. So it is basically a driver. So what does a driver do? It drives a car or a train or any vehicle, but this driver drives the code from your USB port to your flash memory of your microcontroller. Flash memory, which I told, memory where the Arduino sketch is stored. So this is pretty simple. Then next comes is the sorry. So for this USB controller, you need to install some driver. Uh, so that driver for Arduino Uno is basically named as CH340G driver. This driver is by default installed on your laptop, but in case it is not there, you can search it on the internet and download it and just install it. Then your Arduino will be easily communicate with your ID. And to communicate with your ID, you just need a simple data cable, not the power cable, because as you know that here we are using RX and TX, that is receiver and transmitter. So to receive and transmit the data, we need a data cable and not only the power cable. Then next comes the voltage regulator. So for a voltage regulator, first let's understand what is this input, 7 to 12 volt DC input jack. So this is basically a type of audio jack that we use in our mobile phones, but here it is not used as an audio, but it is used as a means input voltage for the Arduino. The working voltage, the operating voltage for the microcontroller is 5 volt, but you can provide a voltage of about 7 to 12 volt DC voltage. This is very important. 7 to 12 volt DC input uh, to your this jack, the male center positive jack, and what this voltage regulator does is it regulates the voltage throughout the Arduino. So you can see see over here that there are certain pins for Arduino, which these are known as power pins. Sorry. So this power pin consists of a 3.3 volt pin, 5 volt pin, and 2 ground pins, and one is the V-in pin. So the V-in pin and this input voltage jack are same, are just similar. You can either give 7 to 12 volt from this part, or you can give it from this V-in part. So that's all. And just one more point, that the ICSP and the bootloader part are a deeper part of the session, so we will have it in the next session. And one more point, we have a reset button over here. This reset button, what it does is, we have a function void loop that my friend will explain you in the coding part. So whenever you press this reset button, whatever code is written in that void loop, it starts running from the start of the void loop. Means it runs from the start, whatever code you have written.